where is the monastery of Saint Nino. She was a pilgrim woman who baptized us into Christianity in 4th century. So we are Orthodox Christian after 4th century. And she was traveling all around Georgia. Actually, she converted Armenia also into Christianity, not just Georgia. She was a pilgrim woman, and she was the only one who was able to convert us into Christianity, because before Saint Nino, even in 1st century, brothers of Jesus, 2 of them, tried to convert us into Christianity, but they didn't make it because we had a really strong belief of the natural things such as different stones, sun, the moon, you know, all the natural stuff. And even Zoroastrianism was really popular before the Christianity went to our country. So Nino converted us into Christianity with the help of Miriam, the king, and he was living in his palace, which was located in Tbilisi town. But Nino continued to travel all around Georgia because she wanted to spread Christianity in whole country. And she was making special type of crosses, which has angles, like it's a different cross. When we reach the monastery, I'll show the example. And she was using her own hair to make those crosses. And also she was using grapefruits, 2 pieces of grapefruits and her own hair to connect those 2 pieces. And she was giving those crosses to everyone in Georgia. And if the king would not allow her to convert us into Christianity, she wouldn't make it. But she has done several miracles, so the king believed that the Christianity was a true religion, and that's how we turned as Christians from 4th century. But we're Orthodox Christians, not Catholics, not Monophysite, not Protestants, nothing.
So what was those miracles that she did?
She cured king's wife,
Okay.
Queen Nana.
Yeah.
She was feeling really sick.
Yeah.
And she told the king, like, if you believe in Christianity, I'll
Yeah.
cure her in the name of Jesus.
Okay.
So she cured her,
Yeah.
and after the king really believed,
Okay.
and he helped her a lot.
Okay.
Because you know, if the king is against something,
Yeah.
you cannot make it.
Yeah.
That's how she turned us.
Okay.
And in her late years, Nino was living in Kakheti region, and she was staying there until her death. Actually, she died there, and she's also buried in Bodbe Monastery. So when we reach there, we can also see her burial place, which
Okay.
is inside a church which was originally built in 4th century.
Yeah.
And also in this area, there's other church. It's a bell tower. You know, we're using bells during our mass and prayer. It reminds people to pray. And this bell tower is, it's really interesting with architecture because it's used Russian European mixed architecture.
Okay.
You can also see this place, and also brand new church which still is in progress. So that's how Bodbe village became really interesting for most of the tourists. Or also it's really popular with pilgrims. They're going there to see the burial place of Saint Nino. Of course, King wanted to move her body to the capital, which was in Tbilisi.
Yeah.
The Tbilisi was capital before Tbilisi.
Yeah.
Till 5th or 6th century. But it's a kind of legend that even 200 people tried to move her body, but they couldn't because it was too heavy even for 200 people. I mean, she was not fed.
Yeah.
It was a miracle.
Okay.
And then they decided, and the king also decided that's the place she wants to be buried.
Okay.
And she's buried there since then.
Oh.
Also, there is a Saint Nino spring, and a lot of people believe that if they drink this water, they will have a son or daughter, because it has kind of spiritual. It is spiritual holy spring, as the Christians believe, of course, and they believe that it's really holy water.
Okay.
So a lot of people are visiting for this winter actually. Right now this place is a nunnery, so there are living a lot of nuns, even the younger ones. After 18 years, you can become a nun in Christian church, in Orthodox church.
Yeah.
And it's a really strict life because you cannot get married ever in your life.
Yeah.
You must be separated from your family. You cannot live with them. And everything you need, you must do by yourself. All the agricultural stuff. If you need food, you must earn it. Like also they are selling their handcrafted stuff, their handmade jewelries, everything. They are producing honey, and they are also selling it. So the nuns are staying here. They're 24/7. Only if they have some emergency, they can go back to their families. But mostly they're separated. In Orthodox Christianity, we also have two types of priests. We call them, it's an unofficial name. We call them black and white priests, and it means actually that's the difference between Catholic and Orthodox Christianity. In Catholic Church, priests are never allowed to get married. Never.
Yeah.
Even before they turn into priest life, even if you are married, you cannot become a priest. But in Georgian Orthodox Christianity, in our church, we have two types of priests, so you can choose which one you want to become. Unofficially, we call them black and white. Also, black priests are clothing with the black clothes, and white priests can wear different colors. Let's call it uniform. Yes, religious clothing. So the black priests are never allowed to get married, and also their life is more likely non-life. They are separated from their families. They are sent to, for example, mountain is part of a country, so they must be separated. They must worship the God 24/7. Only the prayers. They are building new churches. They are fully into religion. Nothing from the outside world. And some of them also have different sacrifices. For example, some of them choose not to talk till the end of their life. So they're not talking. It's more likely monk life. They're not talking. Some of them prefers to be separated from everyone.
Okay.
So they are living on top of mountains, like they are building one room church.
So close to our monks and
they
friars.
are staying there for years.
Yeah.
Not communicating with anyone, only praying every single day.
Yeah.
When it comes to white priests, they have a choice. They can get married, have family, have kids. It's more like a normal life. But they also are going to the churches for the mass and prayers, Sundays, Fridays, Saturdays, different days. I mean, they are true priests also. But when you are choosing which kind of priest you want to become, you have two choices, black and white priest. Black is more strict.
Yeah.
White priests can get married and live a regular life. Well, in the nunnery we are going, so priest is only going there for Sunday, Saturday, Friday for the mass or prayer. Otherwise, only nuns are staying there.
Okay. Thank you for all the information. Bodbe Monastery Kakheti. Hi, kid. Yes.
Everyone.
Yeah. All right.
Bodbe Monastery, and this one is located in Monastery of Bodbe. And the original one was built. It was in 4th century when the Saint Nino died, and the church was built on her grave,
Yeah.
and where her tent was located also, where she was living before the death. But then this one you can see in front, which one is built with Russian European style with the architecture, was built later in 9th century.
9th century.
So this one is the oldest in this year. Here, it was built in 9th century, and it's really unique and really holy place for Orthodox Christians, and Georgian people are really visiting. It's really popular pilgrim place because of the burial place of Saint Nino. She's buried inside this one. Also, all the paintings inside this church was made in the 9th century as well as this original church, not in 4th century because it's not existing anymore. And this one was renovated in 19th century, so it has kind of European, even Victorian style. If you ask me, it's really different. You will not see this kind of architecture in whole Georgia. That's why it's really unique. And it's a bell tower, and also it has prayer room inside. But only nuns are going inside and priests right now. And this one you can see here is a brand new, still in progress, still not finished. They are painting the walls inside right now. You can also visit this one. So it's a brand new one. 2 years ago, there was nothing. We can enter this one now to see the burial place and the original paintings.
We cannot record inside.
No, if the nuns are watching, do not do.
A few moments later.
started to using guns, not just the arrows.
Only women to order the one of those. अभी सही करें. चलो
Soldiers
चलो
were on
जल्दी
the
करो.
small holes and your knife.
Yeah.
क्यों नहीं है? Don't put on the. No, यहाँ वो settling है. Please walk fast.
Walk fast.
પગને ધ્યાનથી રાખવા પડે લૂઝાઈ ન રખાય નહીં તો ભાગવા મળે મજા આવે છે ને બિલકુલ નહીં આવે જ ને
Take.
ખાસ
Take. I have something ice. Fighting.
You gonna do it's no fighting, kid?
Catch.
काही नाही ताई जंप कर
ना
If it goes to your neck, you're dead. It's
nothing will happen. Catch. भाई मैंने कैच करा था यार सब्जी बहुत ठंडा है बालों को झाड़ो भाई
The next day. Hours later.
Ya. Bawa honda video karena kan nona sa.
mau balagan halo